All right, let's just jump right in. I want you to take a second. Seriously, think back to the last time something happened that just made you pause and go, whoa, okay, that is way too weird to be a coincidence. We've all been there, right? That little jolt of surprise, or maybe even a little spookiness. It's that feeling, isn't it? Kind of like a shiver down your spine, when it feels like the universe just bent the rules for a split second, just for you. It's a really powerful feeling, and it makes you question everything, you know? Like, is all this really random? Or is there some kind of hidden script we're all following?
Maybe it was something like this. This is a total classic. You're just going about your day, and suddenly, this memory of an old friend from like a decade ago pops into your head. You're smiling about it, and then your phone buzzes. You look down, and no way, it's them. The timing is just perfect.
Or maybe it's this. You're having a really rough day, just feeling completely down in the dumps. You put your massive music library on shuffle, just hoping for anything to change the vibe. And the one song you needed to hear comes on. The lyrics just hit you right in the heart. It feels like your playlist is reading your mind.
And of course, there's this one, a modern-day mystery. You glance at the clock and, hey, it's 11:11. Cool. But then, your coffee costs $11.11. You see it on a license plate, you see it on a YouTube video's length. All of a sudden, it stops feeling like just a number and starts feeling like a sign, a little secret message just for you.
Well, you know what? This feeling, this whole experience, it actually has a name. The legendary psychologist Carl Jung was totally obsessed with this stuff. He came up with the term synchronicity. He called it a meaningful coincidence, when two things happen that have no direct causal link, but you experience them together in a way that feels incredibly significant.
And that, right there, is the big question we're going to tackle in this explainer. Are these moments actual messages from the universe? Little winks from fate? Or is the magic, the meaning, the whole spectacular show actually happening inside our own heads? Let's find out.
So to really get to the bottom of this, we've got to look under the hood. We have to talk about that incredible machine sitting between your ears. Because your brain, at its very core, is a relentless, non-stop, pattern-finding engine.
Yep, you and I, we are meaning-making machines. And that's not some bug in our system, it's a feature. It's how we survived. Think about our ancestors. For them, connecting the dots was literally a matter of life and death. A rustle in the grass, plus a weird shadow, that equals predator, which means run. Now, if you're wrong and it was just the wind, no big deal. But if you miss a real pattern, game over. So our brains got really good at finding patterns, and they absolutely hate randomness. They will always try to find a story.
Now, there's a clinical term for this, and it's called apophenia. It's just our built-in tendency to see meaningful patterns even in random noise. It's the reason we see faces in the clouds, or animals in burnt toast, or hear secret messages when a record is played backwards. Our brain is just so hungry for a pattern that it will create one out of thin air if it has to. This is a huge piece of the puzzle.
Okay, now get ready for my favorite part of the brain. Meet your reticular activating system, or RAS for short. The best way to picture it, it's like a bouncer at a super exclusive nightclub, and that nightclub is your conscious attention. Every second, you're being bombarded with millions of bits of information. Sights, sounds, smells, it's too much. Your RAS stands at the door and only lets in the stuff on the VIP list. And who makes the list? You do. Whatever you're thinking about, whatever's important to you right now. It's why as soon as you decide you want to buy a blue car, you suddenly see blue cars everywhere. They were always there, but now your RAS has a new instruction. Blue cars are important. Let them in.
And here's the kicker. When your brain, with its knack for apophenia and its personal RAS bouncer, finds a match, when it connects those dots, it gets a little treat. A tiny burst of a chemical called dopamine. That's the reward chemical. It's the aha moment, and man, it feels good. It feels like you've solved a little cosmic puzzle. And that good feeling makes you want to do it again, reinforcing the whole pattern-seeking habit.
Okay, so now we have the tools, right? We know our brains are pattern seekers, and we know they have a filter. So let's put it all together and see how these tools actually build those powerful signs we see in our lives.
Let's go back to that heartbreaking moment with the playlist. What's really going on? Well, your emotional state is intense. You're heartbroken. That feeling is basically giving your RAS its marching orders. It's on high alert for anything related to heartbreak or love or loneliness. So when that one song out of thousands on your shuffle list comes on, Bam! It gets past the bouncer. What you don't notice, what your brain completely ignores, are the hundreds of other random, irrelevant songs that played before and after. Your brain zeroes in on the one hit, and that dopamine rush makes it feel like destiny.
And the whole 1111 thing? It's a perfect four-step illustration of what's called the frequency illusion, or the Baader-Meinhof phenomenon. Step 1, you notice 1111. Maybe your friend told you it's lucky, so you decide, okay, this is significant. Step 2, that decision instantly primes your RAS. The bouncer now has a new rule, look for 111. Step 3, the illusion kicks in. You start seeing it everywhere. But here's the most important part, step 4, the reality. You're not seeing it more often. You're just ignoring the thousands of other numbers you see every day. 342, 918, 1497, none of those get past the bouncer, so you never even register them. It's a spotlight effect that you created yourself.
So does knowing all this, does pulling back the curtain on the neuroscience mean the magic is gone? Do we have to live in a boring world with no meaning? No way, absolutely not. In fact, it's the opposite. It means we can go from being passive people just waiting for signs to becoming our own oracles.
Look, the point of this isn't to kill the magic. That wow feeling is awesome. It's part of the fun of being human. The goal is simply to understand where that magic is coming from. It's about realizing the source of that magic isn't some force out there. It's the incredible universe inside your own head. And once you understand that, these moments can inform you instead of controlling you.
So here's a healthier way to handle these moments. First, feel the wow. Enjoy it. But then, gently, check the math. Think about all the times you thought of someone and they didn't call. Second, ask yourself, okay, what have I been really thinking about lately? What am I primed to see? That tells you what's on your RAS's VIP list. Third, and this is the big one, separate the feeling from the fact. The feeling is, wow, that feels so meaningful. The fact is, a particular sequence of numbers appeared on a digital clock. And fourth, use that knowledge to be an active agent. Use the feeling as a clue to what's going on inside you, not an instruction from outside you. And this really gets to the heart of it. There's a healthy way and a risky way to look at this. The healthy way is to ask, what does this powerful feeling tell me about what I want, or what I'm afraid of, or what I need right now? It becomes a fantastic tool for self-reflection. The risky path is to believe this is an objective message from the universe telling me exactly what I should do. When you do that, you're handing over your power to random chance. One path leads to personal insight. The other can lead you to make huge life decisions based on, well, a statistical blip.
Because at the end of the day, when you really think about it, the true magic isn't in the random song on the radio. The real, mind-blowing, awe-inspiring magic is the brain that can hear that song and weave a profound story of meaning around it.
So never forget that. You are the magician. You are the one who takes this chaotic, random world and you infuse it with story, with connection, and with significance. The meaning isn't out there for you to find. It's in you, waiting to be made.
So, the next time the universe seems to give you a little nudge, smile. Enjoy that aha moment, but just remember who's really running the show. And with that, I'd love to hear from you. What's the wildest, most meaningful coincidence that's ever happened to you? Thanks for diving into this with me.